Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Why would Ghetto Lisa call Heather when she's on a trip that Bronwyn is hosting, knowing that they're not getting along right now? Like, what kind of ghetto mess is this? But I know you know who about to get them Barlows together, honey, and anybody else that needs to get gathered, and that is the Todd father. Yes, Bronwyn's husband, Todd, the Todd father. That's what they referred to him on Watch What Happens Live, and I am here for it, honey. Hey, besties. Welcome to Behind the Shade. Baby, let's throw some shade and get into another episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, honey. This is season 5, episode 8, The Desert and the Deserted. Baby. So, besties, how do we like the title of the episode? I like it, but of course, I'm going to change it. But I do like the desert and the deserted. That's cute, but I want to change it. And how would you rate this week's episode? Oh, you know me, baby. Salt Lake City has been bringing it yet again, honey. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So let's get into it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell, ding dong. It's an easy and free way to support my channel. Thank you in advance. So, what else? Oh, I wanted to do a little highlight of New York too. Oh my gosh. So I did watch it. No, I'm not going to review it, but I will talk about it. We'll do a few seconds. So, okay. Jessel's mother comes to visit. She's so excited. She gets to watch the kids. Da 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 da. So Jessel takes Pavitt, her brother, to a classy based Chinese food restaurant because that what was it called? Carol's Bun or something. That wasn't it for her. So she's showing him, she's trying to show him how to treat her. I don't know how they met. Do y'all remember? Did they meet through somebody on a dating app, at the grocery store, at the club? How did they meet? And like, do they not communicate? They're terrible at communicating. We understand that, and she does too. That's why she wants to go to therapy. She brings it up at the table. The restaurant is beautiful. Poppet is a foodie. He orders everything on the menu. And he eats it too, child. He was grubbing down. She's talking about baby talk because she has that female embryo in the freezer in LA, Beverly Hills, wherever. And he's like, what is that saying? He always tells her, let's wait. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's not. Let's wait. Whatever he says it a lot. He's still saying it. And she's irritated because she wants to have a girl. She doesn't want to regret not having her girl, even though to me, Papa is like, check this out. These two boys are a handful. We saw them on her first season. We saw them. They are a lot. I remember last season they were picking out schools, and the schools were expensive. You got two boys to raise at the same time, the same age. It got its challenges, expenses. It's expensive, and you live in New York. So he's like trying to stay on budget because homeboy has to be able to fly to Vietnam to get a sandwich, honey. That's what he does. That's how he do what he does. So he's taking pictures of the food. He's commenting on the food, but then he's telling her, I'm listening. And she was like, bump this, bruh. We need therapy. Okay, so Erin is preparing to throw some kind of launch party for her Moscow, because tequila is just, the ghetto. So that's what the Mexicans say. They drink Moscow. So she has a line. She's launching it and she's inviting everybody. Looks like her and Abe are getting along pretty well. What else happened? Okay, so Bren is gonna come in, but she don't want to talk to nobody. So she calls her brother. He tells her to be the bigger person. Woo wop and a wop wop. Uh, Raquel and her fiance, they were hanging. What happened with them? They were chilling, talking about. Was they talking about her mother? And we learned that her mother just said, she has been very standoffish since Raquel got divorced from her husband about 10 years ago. And she used to come. She lives in Puerto Rico. She doesn't visit anymore. Raquel told her that she was dating a woman, and she said, "Oh, women are jealous," and she ain't pretty much heard from her mama since. And that is horrible. I'm not laughing, but I'm just like, dang, like, ooh. So that's terrible. What else? Um, Uma is still checking and cussing everybody out and fussing at everybody, mad because Jessel didn't tell her and Sai that Bryn, Aaron, and her when they went shopping that Bryn was talking about them. So she checking Heifer's woo wop woo wop. It seems like I'm missing something else because it was just a few funny things. Oh, Sai's dress was really cute. The dress she wore to Aaron's event, beautiful. Um, yeah, she fussing at folks. So she drinks water out of the pitcher that was supposed to be shared with all the ladies. Everyone came to the event, and Jess was like, drink from a cup. Don't drink out the bottle. And then that's Uber called her a basic BI beep. And that was she ran. Well, Uber when she run with something, like when she pigeon, she'll pigeon you to death. So now you a basic beep. Everybody basic. I know it was funny when Jessel got to the event. She sat down and sat next to Aaron, and immediately said, "Oh, something stinks. Is that you?" She asking Aaron, are you musty? Do you stink again? Because she said, well, you wear natural deodorant. So they tell her, no, it's the onions in this dish on the table. She's like, okay, it is. I thought that was hilarious. And Jessel is a mess. And that was pretty much, okay, so wait. Bryn said she wasn't coming over to the table, so she's flirting with Aaron's father. I mean, they getting ready to go get a room almost. I know she's playing, but it's just a little too much with someone's father. It's a little gross, and Aaron is not loving it. And R.I.P. to her father, because we did learn that he did pass away at the beginning of the taping when they first aired. He had just passed away. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And this is why I won't be reviewing it because still dry, still dry. Okay, Salt Lake City, they're in Palm Springs. Well, almost. Lisa and Meredith go to the spa to get massages. How cute. So Heather calls Lisa to talk about Bronwyn and the couples trip. So Lisa tells her, "Oh, come up to the spa. By the time you come up here, we'll be done, and we can have some coffee out. On the little in the back. We'll chat it up." So Meredith tells Heather that she's getting bat mitzvah, and that she's excited. Oh my God! Just don't remember to invite me. And she said, "Well, that's why I told you." And she was like, "Well, Bronwyn didn't invite me on the trip, but she told me." And child, it's like, oh, well, really? Honey, Heather gets right into it, okay? She was like, yeah, Bronwyn invited me to her house. I assumed she wanted to make up with me. Okay. But she told me that I was a crappy person. And that was pretty much it. I'm thinking I'm coming over here so she can apologize and we can move forward. But no, no, no. She came to read me or tried to. Lisa said, she doesn't know you. Like, why is she doing that? And so, she brought up a lot of the weird stuff, wasn't sure if she was going to include me on her trip. And I was confused about what she was apologizing for. And then she asked me to apologize to her. It's like she was spinning this. And I was just waiting on an S word from Heather because she got all the spewing and all the little words that all of them start with the S. So she used spinning today. She was spinning this, and we were going around in circles. And she told me I lack self awareness. And so Lisa had to add in her 2 cents because she was upset after Brown called her to ask her if her and John were going to be okay on this trip with Whitney and Justin being there. And it's like, why would that upset you? Like, why didn't you tell her how you felt then? But she said she was processing it. Okay, but then you can always hit her back. Okay. So, and then if you're going to stay upset because you didn't call her, why did you even come? Like, normal behavior, you just text a person and say that you're not coming because you're not coming. Like, stop being a bi, be a. Okay. Okay, like Lisa. So, Lisa feels like Broward was excluding that her and John was it eluding, not excluding. She was eluding that her and John was the problem at Angie's party. That's not what she was alluding to, but at least these are Lisa's feelings. Lisa feels like Broward should have been on her side and just, oh, I'm sorry you going through this with Whitney. Oh, I can't believe she's treating you like this. And since she wasn't saying what Lisa wanted to hear, she got upset instead. Common Lisa behavior. But baby, if it was my trip and y'all acted like that, me and my husband would be going by ourselves. I wouldn't be going with none of y'all. Oh, but yeah, this is a cast trip. You got to invite the people. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, she did right by checking to make sure. And I'm sure she called and asked Whitney the same thing. Like, you got to make sure there ain't gonna be no drama because her husband is at home telling her, don't your friends better not act a fool. Todd father is at the house, like they better not act stupid on my trip. So yeah, you shouldn't have made such a big old scene at Angie's house. And I don't know why, for the life of me, they didn't call the police. Now, if that would have happened with us, somebody would be like, it's time to call the po-po. This is about to go. If it happened with us, I'm sure it would have already been an altercation, but they don't fight on Bravo. So yeah. But yeah, it was just too much. That was so disrespectful. And boy, I just thought about this. Did anybody apologize to Angie for acting a fool at her house? All this, I need an apology. You owe me an apology. Everybody owes me an apology. Did y'all apologize to Angie and Sean? Do y'all remember? And also, to me, I think Lisa is also mad because Broward is not mad at Whitney too. That's what I believe. So yeah. So Heather asked Meredith, how does she feel about going? And Meredith's like, confused. She she said, I was accused of being behind all the rumors last year. True. So Sean was on a podcast, honey, and he said something where he used, well, Sean said Meredith is using her son Brooks as a pawn, oof, to deflect from her own wrongdoing. Why would Sean even be involved in this? And why do these housewives and house husbands get on these podcasts and get to talking and act like they're not going to get no backlash? Like, why is that a common thing now? So production shows they flash back to the party, to Angie and Sean's anniversary party, that Meredith had pulled Sean over to the side. And he told, she asked him about it. And so he told her that's how he felt. And she thought he was going to apologize, but he said that's how he felt. Everybody on this cast wants an apology from somebody. We need to have an apology tour. So Brown calls her husband. He's in Korea at the time. He's getting ready to fly back and get ready for the trip. And so he's asking, like, what's up with your friends? Because he don't want no drama. Didn't I just say that? Mary can't come. She's going to spend the weekend with her son. And I said, if production does not give us a flashback like they did on Potomac when Giselle had to go to the girls' graduation, we need to see Mary and Rob Jr. hanging out. Because if we don't, I'm going to assume she had an intervention or she took him to rehab. Real talk. So And she tells him she didn't invite Heather. This is Bronwyn talking to her husband, I'm assuming. So Sean and Angie are packing. Yeah, that's what happened. She was still talking to Todd, father. So Sean and Angie are packing for the trip. And she tells him that she's given Lisa too many passes to be mean to her. And the husband's like, way too many passes. And so she's like, I'm not sure if our friendship will get back to what it was. Okay, give it some time, girl. Whitney and Justin are packing at the house, and he tells her that John wants him to apologize to Lisa. Whitney says no, she owes you an apology. Everybody owes somebody an apology. Who and I agree. Lisa started that mess, like this episode. So and Lisa's in John's house, they're packing too. And so she says things aren't great with her and Angie. Well, duh. Or with Whitney and Justin. Well, duh. And to me, it's like, you shouldn't be coming. You're going to come with all this drama for these people. It's like, so Lisa's theme, she going to ruin everybody's anniversary party. You already ruined Angie and Sean's party. Now you're going to ruin this trip. Or anyway. Mm-hmm. Child, this episode was so good. It was just so good. So John tells her, he said he has to think about it. And then Lisa gonna say, well, I have a lot to think about too about them. Shut up. Sometimes you don't know what to say. You just say stuff like that. And we call that rambling. You're just rambling. And I me too. I got things to think about too. And she still is torn about the Angie mom shaming. Like Angie mom shamed her. So so she's crying in her confessional. This ghetto broad even blew her nose on camera and said, excuse me. It's like you could have turned around. You could have said, give me a minute. They could have cut that part out, but they like you being ghetto. So whatever. So she's all, the boy, and I'm like, well, the boy told you that you was a great mom. There go John telling you you're a great mom too. And so, and I bet she's going to bring this up to Angie in Palm Springs. I bet you this is going to come up. And it's like, why is that comment tearing you up so much? And then I heard her say, clearly she's triggered by it. And why are you triggered? Why are you triggered? So my thing is, I heard her say, it was a last minute invitation that they sent out to his friends, and they chose to go to another birthday party because they had already said they were going. So what do you mean you sent out a last minute invitation? What does that mean, Lisa? Did you forget when the boy's birthday was? Did it come up too fast? Because that could kind of, that might be, not a mom shame, but still like a girl. Or was he just back and forth and couldn't make up his mind, or he told you at the last minute he wanted a party? You kind of need to clear that up because you left that for people to judge you by. Because I'm like, well, did you forget the boy's birthday? That it was coming? So anyway, they say you're a great mom, girl. Go with that, okay? So everyone is boarding the private jet headed to Palm Springs, California. And let me tell you guys, besties, I love Palm Springs. I love Palm Springs. I've been in October and November. I usually go like a small little girls trip to go and kind of unwind and get it together, rest up before the holiday season comes, because I'm truly busy during the holiday season. So I normally do that, but this year we went to Vegas instead. But I love Palm Springs, so honey, I was just all here for it. If you have not been, go. It's real laid back. It's an old white man gay town type of feel. Nothing's tall in Palm Springs. There's no tall buildings. All the homes, I don't think you'll ever see a 2-story home in Palm Springs. I don't know what that is. I need to look into that. Maybe it's mountains, just very relaxing, great food, great entertainment, shops, boutiques. It's just a cute little town. Not too much, but like I said, it's a gay town, so you're gonna do a little drag show, yes. Cause didn't they go to Palm Springs? Yeah, the Trixie Motel is in Palm Springs, right? Yes, yes, yes. So they've been before. Okay, so everybody's boarding a private jet, and Whitney does not want to sit near Lisa and John, and so Brahman is like, "Check, got you, boo. Don't trip, cause we don't want drama. Nope, we don't want no drama. Cause Todd father is gonna come for y'all, okay?" And Seth is already child trying to place his drink order. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Seth is like, I need a drink. So in Palm Springs, they land. They get there, two cars come to pick them up. And when I'm saying cars, I mean SUVs. So they come, the group is divided within two cars because, everybody can't fit in one unless they got a Sprinter. But Bronwyn, Whitney, and Angie are in one car, and then Meredith and Lisa are in car number two. So Seth is asking John about the altercation between him and Justin. John said Lisa came over like Lisa does. See, John, it's time to check your girl. And he said in the past, the husband had an understanding to stay out of the wife's business. Like they had a little bro code, right? He thinks they are cool now, him and Justin. Lisa said, well, she isn't. And she gets that Brown had to invite Whitney and them to the trip. She said, but it's awkward. It's still awkward that they're here. No, it's awkward that you're here because Brown made a point and said that you bring in all this bad energy with you. And, people can feel and pick up on that. That's why if you funky with somebody, just stay away from them. If you're not ready to talk, if you feel like it's not important, just stay away. Why are you coming around to sprinkle negativity? But hey, Lisa's coming to ruin everybody's anniversaries. Meredith, watch out. And so Lisa said she got on the plane and she flipped both of them off. You see what I'm saying? You got with your grown self on a private jet and you stuck your middle finger out at them people. The ghetto. The pure ghetto. Is she proud of stuff like that? See, John, you need to start checking your woman. You missed 2 times. Okay, so Bronwyn says she told Meredith and Lisa about the visit from Heather. Bronwyn wanted to know what Heather is mad about, and she couldn't tell her, but wanted an apology. And so Bronwyn said that, they were agreeing with Heather and, wasn't opening up to hear her side of the story. So Lisa says her and Heather are like 180 degrees away from Bronwyn. She was just like, I don't know, this just not, we don't, nah. So they pull up to the ranch. It's bad, honey. It is fly beautiful. They all like, oh my God. Chad, you know that rental was $20,000 a night? The whole group is, oh wow, beautiful. It's amazing. Oh my God. And it was, y'all. It had a volleyball court. It had surfboards. They had cornholes. It had a pool, a pond, a horse ranch. I mean, a big, beautiful backyard. Just child. They had paddle boards, surfboards. You could do everything there, I believe. So Seth says he had to go find a bathtub pronto for Meredith. Meredith in her bathtubs. And there was not one bathtub in this whole estate. Not one. Uh-oh. And Lisa is already giving the bad vibes to Brahmin. Brahmin has picked up on it and she gonna check it, trust and believe. So she's outside inviting Meredith and Seth to join. Oh, she as in Lisa. Lisa's outside with Meredith and their husbands. And so she's inviting Meredith and Seth to join them in Italy. But she says she don't want to stay too long because she doesn't like the food in Italy, right? And I almost was like, I agreed with her. I've been to Italy, had the best pizza on earth, but I'm not a big Italian person. So I got tired of all the pastas, the bread, the wines. It was like a little overkill. I have not been to Olive Garden since, and that was back in '05. So she doesn't like the food because, y'all, the food is too fresh. Did you even think that was a thing to not like food because it's too fresh? That is not. Meredith in her confessionals like, Lisa, I love you, but that is not a thing. It's not. But we're talking about ghetto Lisa, who loves to go to fast food restaurants. She eats fast food every day. Her palate is processed fake food. Where does girl like to go? Wherever. She get a soda from anywhere. 7-Eleven, Wendy's, Taco Bell. She goes everywhere, in and out. She goes to all the fast foods. So ghetto, ghetto, ghetto. So meanwhile, Bronwyn's jeweler arrives from LA, honey. She drove up from LA. Palm Springs to LA, I think, is it's a bit of a drive. I'm gonna say maybe, I'm gonna guess to say maybe like 4 or 5 hours, maybe. Because Palm Springs is past San Diego, and I think LA to San Diego is 2 hours. So maybe 3, 4, 5 hours. And so, honey, Bronwyn is looking at some jewelry because she wants the Todd father, to make, her anniversary purchase. Honey, this girl is looking at a $4 million necklace. Child, let me try it on. Let me just try it on real quick. Let me see. It was 170 carats, honey. What? And then the earrings to match, honey. They are 10 carats each, boo boo. And they clocking in at $1.4 million. Honey, honey, honey. Okay. Hi, Todd father. So Seth tells Meredith that he has to leave in the morning on business. He was already back in the room on a call. She was already like, he's on a call. And this has been their problem for the last few seasons. Seth always gone 5 days out of 7. And they had hit a bumpy ground and they tried to work this out. So she's not happy. He's traveling a lot again, and she feels like they're headed back to where the problems are. Seth says he hears her, but it's like, she's like, so what are you going to do to fix this? And it's like, and then at the same time, Meredith is like, I get it. I understand working hard. And you have to be in her shoes to understand. You like that. You probably liked it in the beginning, but as you settle into your marriage, you want to be around your man. It's just, you want, because then by then, maybe like when you get married at first, maybe your friends aren't married. So him being gone is cool because you could act like a wife and a single person at the same time, have fun and then be with him. But then as everyone's settling down and getting older, you change. You want to be with your man, your man, your man, your man. Okay, so Angie, Whitney, and Bronwyn wants to break the ice with them two heifers. So they come outside. They sitting on the opposite side of the pool. And they really want to join Meredith and Lisa because it's like, we can't keep this negative energy going because they will. So at the pool, Angie goes and gets shots. So Whitney is like, well, Lisa, before that, so Whitney is telling them like Lisa wants an apology from Justin, and Whitney wants her to apologize to Justin. Angie says she's not going to she's okay. That's what Angie said. You know what? All this apology, we got to break the ice. So Angie goes and gets shots of the Vita tequila. So that answered my question. Lisa has a tequila line, so that makes sense with the margarita. Because I was like, it ain't vodka. So they go get the Vita, to calm things down and to make Miss Ghetto act right. So everyone takes their shots and they cheers, and Lisa still got a chip on her shoulder. So everyone's in the pool. All the guys are like on the other side, and the girls are just sitting with their feet in the pool. And so Meredith discussed she's getting hearing aids. Okay, go Lisa. I mean, go Meredith. And so Lisa, oh messy butt, because that was nuts. It was time for the mess. And I understand. I've been watching these shows from day one. I understand, but I got so offended because I love Palm Springs that much. I just wanted these girls to have a good time. I mean, I want to hear about the hearing aids and the menopause and the kids and just whatever we go through at this age, But here go Lisa, just making Palm Springs ghetto. So she asked, has anyone heard from Heather? Now, why would anyone hear from Heather, Lisa? They woke up, caught an early flight, and you've been with these people all day. When did anybody have time to call Heather? You just saw her. They're all like, no, we've been with you since early this morning. So Whitney says, well, she knows Bronwyn tried to apologize. Now, check this out. I didn't even see this part. Bronwyn went to go use the bathroom. So she left the group. So Whitney is telling Lisa that she knows that Bronwyn tried to apologize and repair their friendship to move forward. Lisa said, oh, well, I heard a different story. That ain't what I heard, girl. Here go Meredith. She said, well, yeah, it seems like it's more complicated than just what you're describing. Yeah. And so she said, well, I think Bronwyn was trying to get her to come here. Like, yeah. When I talked to Heather, I got a different interpretation. I think they're misunderstanding each other because they're saying the same thing about each other. And I agree with Higo Lisa. Well, I think it's better that Heather speaks for herself. I don't feel comfortable and I don't want to get in this game of playing telephone. But you brought her up, Lisa. You brought her up. Okay, so you brought her up. You guys go and having a difference of opinion. You could have stopped this conversation right here, right now. Get back to Meredith and her hearing aids. Get back. Your men are in the pool. Go over there and play with your men. There's other things you can do. They got horses in the kit. They got horses over there in the stable. They got volleyball. Like, let's move on and have some fun in this estate that is $20,000 a night. No decorum, just ghetto. So Meredith says, let's call her. Now you being messy. Now, Meredith, messy Meredith. Let's call her. And Lisa does. Bring. Of course, Heather answers because she at home ain't doing nothing. Her background was cute. Where was she at? At a restaurant? Whatever the background was, cute. You call on FaceTime because you want her to, you trying to rub it in her face that they there. Ooh, Lisa. Okay. Messy, and disrespectful, right? So then Bronwyn returns and she looks and she sees Heather on Lisa's phone because they on the FaceTime. Bronwyn is upset now because she thought all this time that maybe she had done something wrong to Lisa. That's where that negative energy was coming from, right? She's trying to figure it out. But now she's like, oh, Lisa is altogether wrong. Lisa is wrong. She is all the way wrong. So Bronwyn, she is never going to just process. Bronwyn is going to attack. She going to come with it. She's very upfront and she comes with it. It feels weird that I went to the bathroom and you guys call Heather because then that's when they got off the phone. So you kind of like, you didn't hear her coming? You didn't hear the door sliding? You didn't hear her coming? Okay, maybe your back was to her, but I mean, don't you have some kind of discernment? You should have been on. Did Heather go, oh, look, here she comes? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. So here go Lisa. Well, we miss her and we wish things went better with you guys. Okay. And she has a point. But you miss her. What do you mean? You just saw her. You went to the spa. You knew she wasn't coming. Lisa, you shouldn't have came. So here go Bronwyn. Well, I invited her over with intentions to fix things. Exactly. So she could come to Palm Springs. But it's shady for you to call her to say you miss her. Bronwyn tells Lisa, I don't care if you picked Heather over me, but it's weird that you came if you did pick her over me. It's just weird that you came. And I 100% agree with this statement. Everything out of Bronwyn's mouth from here on to the end of the episode was just top tier, 100. I totally agree. She said, but it's weird that you came. If you do, pick her side, why are you here with me? So she continues, Lisa, I think we have a long friendship, and I don't just listen when someone talks poorly about you. I don't think she was speaking poorly about you. She was saying how she felt. Okay, that's the point. So you think I invited her over to my house to have a fight with her so I wouldn't invite her? Right, like that's what you think. And she probably does, Bronwyn, because that's the level of thinkage that Ghetto Lisa has. I wouldn't be surprised if she would have said, yeah, I do think you invited Heather over just to have a fight with her to not invite her. I do think that. So Lisa tells us, you're putting words in my mouth that I didn't say. She said, no, I'm not. I'm asking you because I don't hear a lot of words coming out of your mouth. And that bothers me because these two, she pointed out Angie and Whitney, and other people can attest that words do actually come out of my mouth when someone speaks about you. She talking to her like she is a 2-year-old. She is explaining it like you, because you're not even acting. You ain't got no sense, no decorum, no class. You're talking to somebody that don't like fresh food. Of course she don't speak up for nobody. Her diet is poor. She eats poorly. Have you been around her? Didn't she take you to Wendy's? So Bronwyn, that was good. And I'm like, Bronwyn, Lisa doesn't defend anybody, actually. So do you know your friend? You said you've been knowing her a long time. So the flashback is of Bronwyn defending Lisa last week when her, Whitney, and Angie went for the walk. Yes, she defended Lisa. Bronwyn says in her confessional that if she wasn't owed loyalty from Lisa, she thinks she has bought it on this trip. Like, I paid for that private jet. I paid for it. Bronwyn is letting us know that production did not pay for that trip. She is letting it be very clear to us. Bravo Shed Media did not pay for this trip, honey. This came out of my pocket. Okay, so Bronwyn points out to Lisa that when she has gotten into it with Brittany and Heather, she has never called to check on her. Meredith says she did not throw you under the bus. Oh, God. Angie tells Lisa, Bronwyn hasn't thrown you under the bus. Exactly. I like how Angie kind of coming with it. Like she's getting into her Greekness. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking up and she's fighting back. It's like, okay, Meredith, you said something. Check it. Angie's like, and back at you. She didn't throw you under the bus either, boo. So Bronwyn says, you don't have to defend me. And I'm like, oh, she didn't. You got that. She sure didn't. But the second I go to the bathroom, you call Heather? So now, Lisa's deflecting. And she was like, Brian, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you invited me as your friend. And I also listened to my other friend who was hurt. What? Hurt? I didn't see any hurt. Did y'all see any hurt? Heather was hurt. And she was hurt because she didn't get an apology, and she called her. She was told her she didn't have any self-awareness. Anyway, she's entitled to how she feels. And you didn't feel like no. She said she was hurt, and you didn't feel like checking on me, huh? And you didn't feel like. Oh yeah, she said you didn't feel like you needed to check in on me before. Oh, I guess this is me asking. Okay, Lisa is telling Brahman that, Heather was hurt. And I guess this is my comment. And you didn't feel like, you needed to check in on Brahman before you went on this trip with her, just to make sure things, after you talked to Heather, you didn't think to check. Oh, that's right. Brahman called Lisa to check to make sure everything was cool between her and Whitney. Oh, God. It's a mess. So here go Lisa. Did you check on me when Whitney and I went to blows? Did you check on me? Oh no, I guess that was Brown saying that. Keep going, girl. I am. Do I need to go back? Did I clear that up good? I'm gonna start over. So Lisa was deflecting. I'm glad to be here. Glad you invited me as your friend. And I also listened to my other friend who was hurt. And you didn't feel like you needed to check in on me before we went on this trip? That's not what she said, but I'm gonna keep going. Did you check on me when Whitney and I went to blows? Brown says she did. And I did. Brown, they flash back. Brown went over there and sat with Lisa while she was still going off about Whitney. She sat there with her and was supporting her. I guess maybe Lisa didn't peep that because she was in her, when you spiraling out of control, you really don't know who was around. Brahman says she asked her and John, were they okay? Because she didn't want to leave the party before she knew they were okay. So there you have it. Okay. So Todd butts in and he's trying to be funny, make light of the situation, calm them down because they was already over there like on the other side of the pool, like I can hear him. Oh, it's escalating. Oh, I can hear him. So he goes, why don't we call Heather? And Angie clapped back at him and she said, we did. That's why we're arguing. Ooh, baby. And that's what I want to change the name of the episode to Why Don't We Call Heather? But I got another one. I actually don't even like that one. No, I have another one, so I'll keep going. Lisa gets up and she goes sits next to Brahman because she doesn't want a million people in it. Oh, you got mad when a man's clap back at you because you're not used to that because your man don't say nothing to you. So you're not used to that. So you go over there and sit next to Brahman. And I'm like, everybody's already in it. It's like all the couples are here. We already listening. You howling and screaming. The whole block can probably hear you, but they don't have neighbors. It's so big. The horses. I bet you the horses can hear you. So they go forth and back and forth and forth and back and forth and back again. I did a new one. Did y'all like that? Brown is like, Heather is talking about her. She says I'm two-faced and I'm untrustworthy. Brown is saying she wants to be friends with Heather and try to apologize. And she says, listen to the difference. Heather is talking about me while I'm trying to fix it. And Heather is the one that's missed. Figure it out, Lisa. And that's what I want the name of this. I wish this was the title of this episode. Figure it out, Lisa. I was like, get her, Brown. I love that. Just like, I wish somebody would explain drama to me like that. Like, if I got in the middle of some mess, I would love for somebody to be like, listen to the difference. Heather is talking about me. She calling me two-faced and untrustworthy. And I'm trying to be friends with her. I tried to apologize to her. Listen to the difference. Heather is talking about me while I'm trying to fix it. Child. And you saying you miss her over me? Figure it out, Lisa. Woo, baby. Now, mind you guys, this show comes on at 9 o'clock at night, my time, after I've already went to work, right? This episode, for instance, it takes so long to write these notes down because it's so much conversation. So I want to apologize for earlier getting stuff mixed up because, baby, you be so tired. It took over 2 hours to get these notes together, like almost 2.5 hours. So forgive me, but it is a lot. Okay, so now Lisa is backpedaling like she does, Well, I don't want to be in it. She's my friend, and I've listened to you. And Heather, you need to work it out. Y'all need to work it out. And this is an absolute double standard because you're telling me that when she, Whitney, says something about you, I should call and check on you. But when Heather and I have an argument, I'm supposed to work it out with Heather. I'm supposed to write your DICK like it's my job, Lisa. And I'm like, you have figured your friend Lisa out, Bronwyn. She got out of the pool, wrapped herself in her towel, and she walked back into the house. She needed a break before she punched Lisa in the face. And Bronwyn, you just figured your friend out. So Todd is looking on because that's what Todd father does. Lisa doesn't feel bad. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You are in these folks' pool, on their trip, arguing with the hostesses. Arguing with the hostess. And you got the nerves, you got the balls, you got the gall, you got the audacity to sit here in front of her husband and say that you don't feel bad because you've done nothing wrong. Wow. Then she's all, and they will work it out, and then everyone will apologize to me. Girl, what? So Brown walks back into the house and Whitney follows her in just to make sure she's okay and checks on her. Brown is going off, blah, 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 blah. Lisa is going off in the pool to the other girls, blah, 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 blah. Then the men are getting out of the pool. They're like, ooh, it's time to go. Todd comes inside to see what's up because, he told her he didn't want this mess. And it was getting loud and crazy in the pool. So Whitney leaves and let them talk. Okay, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I got you. Okay. The Todd father is like, check this out. We can give Lisa and John some money for a car and they can go back home. What? What? He said he is not sitting through this weekend. This is BS. Huh. And he said it's time for lunch. So in Brahma's confessional, she says she appreciates the Todd father, coming to her rescue, but he's such a machete. He comes with a machete. And she says sometimes she just wants a little Nerf ball. And I said, oh, you want a John Barlow. That's what you want. And that's not how you get things done. Okay? Because he sees who wears the pants in that marriage. John don't have a backbone, and he ain't going to do nothing. But put his hand on your chest and say, don't talk to my wife like that. So the Todd father goes outside and finds John. Say, hey, honey, hey, bro, let me talk to you. And he says, check this out. Lisa has to stop or y'all both gonna have to go. baby. Period, point blank, and ha ha ha. And I said, well, Browen, the Todd father, he took it down a notch. He didn't do Nerf ball, but he gave them an ultimatum. He didn't put them out, but that was like, if she doesn't stop, you have to go. And it's kind of like, I thought this was just a weekend. So it was what, a Saturday to a Monday, maybe? But yeah, they got to get through the rest of the day, because he said these 3 hours have felt like, well, I don't remember what he said, but he was like, these 3 hours have felt like the whole weekend already. And he ain't here for it. Whoo, honey. So John goes in the house. He's like, all right, bet, I got you, Todd father. He goes in the house to find Lisa. And she's just rambling. Because he's the only one that's going to listen to her. And he tells her what Todd said. And she's playing with her hair. Her expression didn't change, but this is a to be continued, honey. And I can't wait. I am here for it. So, besties, that was the end of the episode. Whew, it was impactful. It was good. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Hit that notification bell button. Ding dong. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, besties.